press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, we have been discussing about the chapter soil, and so far in our previous classes we have learned what soil is, right? Soil is how soil is formed, right? And the importance of the soil and various soil types, right? There is sandy soil, there is loamy soil, there is clay soil. Okay, and also we have learnt about the soil profile, right? There are soil horizons, that is O, A, B and C. Okay, in detail we have studied about all this. Okay, and in today's class we will see what are the properties of soil. We will study about the various important properties of soil. And the very first we are going to see is percolation, rate of water. Okay, so how does water flows into the soil? In soil, yes, we will study about this percolation of water in soil, right? So before that, what is this percolation means? Okay, so percolation is the process. Okay, so percolation is a process in which there is a movement and filtering of liquids through pores. Okay, so this percolation is a process in which there is a movement and filtering of liquids through porous materials. Okay, so basically percolation is a process in which there is a movement and also there is filtering occurs, right? So it is a movement and filtering of liquids through porous materials. Okay, so for example, here we have a beaker or a glass or something, okay, and we will keep a filter paper here with this funnel. Okay, we are having a funnel here and we will keep a filter paper of liquids. Okay, here we have a funnel and to this funnel we have kept a filter paper which is porous. Okay, filter paper is nothing but a paper which has pores in it, okay, so that it can allow no movement of liquid through it. Okay, we will take a beaker, we will have a funnel and to that funnel we have kept a filter paper, okay, and we will pour a liquid. Okay, for example, a liquid which contains a coffee powder or something. Okay, so just for example to make you understand what percolation means. Okay, we have kept a funnel, we will keep a filter paper here and we will take a liquid which contains a coffee powder, right? So when we allow that liquid to flow through this, what happens? So all the liquid does not come across through this filter paper, only the liquid part comes and the solid particles, the coffee powder or for that matter any other liquid we have, if we have taken. Okay, so whatever the solid particle, okay, which could not flow, okay, which could not come across or come through this filter paper stays here and only the plain liquid falls down and gets collected. Okay, so this process is nothing but percolation. Okay, so understand percolation is a movement. See here there is a movement of liquid and also the liquid what we have taken, that is coffee powder plus water, that has filtered, right? So after placing after making this water or liquid flow through this filter paper, we are just left with coffee powder, the solid particle what we have around here, and we will get the pure liquid down. Okay, so it is also the process in which there is a movement and filtering. Okay, filtering of liquids through porous membrane, or sorry, porous materials. Okay, so here the porous material is this filter paper. Okay, so here for this porous material we have taken a filter paper and we'll make liquid flow through it, and there is a movement of this liquid flowing down, and also there is a filtering. Okay, clearly there is a filtering that only coffee powder stays here and the liquid flows down. Okay, so this process what we have seen or we have learned just now, that is percolation. Okay, so now how percolation is related to this soil. Okay, so this percolation of water. Okay, so see, soil is porous, right? While we were studying about the soil profile, we have learned that the upper layers of the soil are quite porous than the layers below. Okay, so the layers what we are having, that is O horizon, A horizon, right? They are more soft and porous. Okay, so they are having more spaces in between, they contain more of this organic matter, so they are more porous. And as we go down, as we go deep inside, okay, the porosity of this soil decreases. Okay, and we'll get only rock particles or this big stone like things, gravels like that. Okay, the soft and porous soil we won't get as we go deep down the soil. Okay, so and yeah, we have studied that soil is porous by learning this soil horizons. Okay, so since soil is porous, as we have seen, right, whenever we water the soil, the water does not just stay right there. Okay, when we water, this water does not stay right there on the surface. Okay, when we water the soil, the water flows down, isn't it? So this process, okay, why does the water flows down? Because it is porous, soil is very porous, so that's why when we water the soil, the water flows down. Okay, so that process is percolation. Okay, related to this soil, when we water the soil is, since the soil is very porous, it allows the water to flow down. Okay, so that process is percolation. Okay, and here in related to this soil, percolation of water in soil is nothing but the movement of movement of this water in the soil. Okay, so that is percolation. Okay, so now let us know what exactly is this percolation rate of water. Okay, so percolation of water is nothing but the movement of water. Okay, when just take some soil and pour some water, yes, of course the water flows down because soil is very porous, right? So as the water flows, that process is nothing but percolation. Okay, so now let us know what is this percolation rate of water. Okay, so percolation rate means it is amount of water percolated in unit time. Okay, so we have known what percolation is, right? So percolation is nothing but percolation means movement or flowing of water inside this soil. Okay, so that is percolation. And percolation rate of water in the soil means it is an amount of percolated water in unit time. Means soon after we see, okay, here we are having a soil. Okay, here we have some pot, right? And here we have having this soil. Okay, we'll have this soil and we'll now pour some water. Okay, so this is soil which we're having, and we'll pour some water. Okay, so while we are pouring water into this soil, see, soon after we pour the water, yes, of course, on the surface we can see the soil is very moisture, or no, it contains a lot of water. Okay, but after some time, as eventually or gradually, as after some time, if we see, okay, we cannot see water on the surface anymore. Okay, because the water has moved down, or the soil has absorbed the water we have poured. Okay, so percolation rate of water means see at what time. Okay, so yes, as I mentioned just now, that soon after watering we can see water only on the surface, right? We can clearly see the moistured soil or water in the soil very clearly. But after some time the water flows down, okay, and the soil gets moisture or the soil absorbs moisture. We cannot directly see the water on the surface as we have seen before. Okay, so this, okay, at what time, how much time the soil takes to absorb the water, or how much time the water takes to get to percolate deep inside this soil. Okay, so what is this percolation? It is nothing but movement of water from this surface to this, okay, deep inside the soil. Okay, this simple, okay, just simple words. Percolation is movement of water from this surface to this deep layers in the soil. That is percolation. Okay, so how much time, okay, so how long does it take how long does the soil take, okay, for the water to get absorbed, or how long the soil takes to make it makes this water to get inside. That is percolation rate. Okay, for example, if we have watered some 100 ml, okay, if we have taken some 100 ml of water and we have watered the pot, okay, and soon after that soon after we water, there is water in soil, but after some time, okay, so after some time the soil has completely absorbed the water. Okay, so that time, okay, so that time, okay, we will measure as percolation rate. That is nothing but is measured in ml per minute. Okay, it means how many water we have poured or we have put in the soil, we have applied, we are allowed for the soil to get absorbed. Okay, so the water we have applied, by this how much the soil takes, okay, how long, at what time, at how long does the soil needs to absorb the water. Okay, so that is percolation rate and is measured in ml by minute. Okay, ml per minute. Water is measured in milliliters and the time is measured in minutes. Okay, so for example, here we have taken 100 ml of water and we have poured in this soil, and around after 10 minutes, just say after 10 minutes, okay, so after 10 minutes, what is this percolation rate of water? So we can say that the required or the soil water taken, the quantity of water taken is 100 ml. By it takes around some 10 minutes for this water to get fully absorbed, or it takes 10 minutes for the water to get down, okay, to flow down. Okay, so 100 by 10, that becomes 10 ml per minute. Okay, so that is percolation rate. Okay, percolation rate. Percolation rate is equal to amount of water we have applied by percolation time. Okay, how long the soil takes for this water to make it go down. Okay, so this percolation time. Okay, so this amount of water is measured in milliliters. Okay, and this percolation time is measured by minutes. Okay, so this percolation time is measured in minutes and percolation amount of water is measured in ml, so milliliters, right? So for example, in our previous example we have taken around some 100 ml. Okay, if you are given this much milliliters of water has applied to the soil and it takes some a few minutes or some 5-10 minutes to get the fully absorbed, okay, to absorb the water fully, and if they ask what is the percolation rate of water. Okay, so this is the formula for percolation rate. Okay, so the formula is amount of water in ml by percolation time. Okay, so here the amount of water, for example, we have taken is 100 ml, right? And percolation time is 10 minutes. This means percolation rate is 10 ml per minute. Okay, so this is about the percolation rate. Okay, so it takes around 1 minute. Okay, in this particular example it takes 1 minute to observe 10 ml of water. Okay, I hope you got this. So this is about the percolation rate of water in the soil, and this percolation rate of water changes. Okay, depends on the different types of soil. We have many types of soil, right? We have sandy soil, we have loamy soil, we have clay soil. So depending on the soil, depending upon the type of soil particles, this percolation rate changes. Okay, so let us see how does this percolation rate depends or changes with this different types of soils. So what is the characteristic, like major characteristics of this sandy soil? Sandy soil has more bigger particles than smaller ones, right? Sandy soil has more bigger soil particles than smaller ones. So there are more air spaces created in it. So that is the reason when we water the sandy soil, okay, so the water, it does not absorb the water easily flows down, right? So see here in sandy soil, when we water the soil, because of its more bigger particles, the water, when we water, the soil does not absorb the water properly, and due to that the water flows down easily. Okay, so that flowing of water down is nothing but percolation. Okay, so in sandy soils, okay, so since it's having very big particles and small particles somewhere, okay, so water easily flows down, right? So here we can say this percolation rate is high, right? So this flowing of water is nothing but percolation. Okay, so this percolation is very high in sandy soils. Okay, so when we are saying it's very high in sandy soil, that means, yes, that means that clearly says it is very low in clayey soils, right? Because clay soils are already having, like they are having very small particles in them, and there is very less space for this water to flow down. Okay, this clay soil absorbs water. Okay, so it does not make the water flow down very easily as it does in the sandy soils. Okay, so the sandy soils are very light, and it does not absorb water very easily like it does in clay soil. Okay, so that is the reason this percolation rate is very low. Percolation rate is nothing but water flowing down. Okay, so water does not easily flows down inside this clay soil. Okay, because the soil is very tight. Okay, the soil particles are arranged very compact, because the soil particles in this clay soils are very small particles. Okay, so since it is having more of small soil particles, they get arranged very easily, and we have less spaces for this flow of water. Okay, so that is why percolation rate, that is nothing but flowing of water downwards. Okay, so that is very low. Okay, so this sandy soil percolation rate is very high, and in clay soil is very low, and this makes loamy soil, okay, very much preferable, or very much, exactly, it is having the correct soil particles, the correct mixture of soil particles, that is having both bigger particles and also smaller particles in equal proportion. Okay, so this makes loamy soil very preferable, or very makes its most favorable soil for this crop growth and for other uses, because it is having equal number of this bigger and smaller particles. Okay, so in loamy soil, it has average or medium, you can say, okay, medium percolation rate of water. The water does not easily flows down in this loamy soil, nor it flows very slow. Okay, so there is adequate flow of this water in loamy soil, as because it is having both bigger soil particles and smaller soil particles in equal proportions. Okay, so that makes this loamy soil very preferable. So here, as we have known that in sandy soil, the percolation rate is very high compared to loamy and clay soils, and percolation rate is very low in clay soils. Okay, so the percolation rate is very much in sandy soil, then comes loamy soil, then comes clay soil. Okay, so percolation rate is very high in sandy soil, medium in loamy soil, and very low in clay soil. Okay, so this is about the very first property of the soil, that is percolation rate of water. Okay, and in this property there is nothing much to too much to understand or something. It's just percolation is nothing but the flow of water deep inside this soil. Okay, so why does the water flow inside the soil? Because the soil is very porous. Okay, so that percolation rate depends on it changes for different soils, for different type of soils, and for sandy soil it is very high, right, and for this loamy soil it is very medium, and in clay soil it is very low. This difference is because of this different types, and that different types it is based on the soil particles or the soil structures. Okay, so this is about the percolation rate of water inside this soil. Now let us know about the second property, that is moisture in soil. Okay, so now let us know about the second property, that is moisture in soil. Okay, so moisture is nothing but presence of water. Okay, small amount. Okay, moisture is nothing but the presence of water in very small amounts. Okay, and now tell me, does soil contains moisture? Okay, does soil contains water? Okay, so does soil contains water in small amounts? Okay, I'm not asking when we water the soil and say is the soil containing water. Okay, so naturally whatever the soil we see, does it contain water? Yes. So soil, basically soil, yes, it does contain some water in very small amounts. Okay, so this moisture is nothing but presence of water in soil in small amounts. Okay. Yes, so soil does contains some amount of water, and soil, all these soil properties. Okay, so this is the basic soil properties, and these properties differ in different soils. Okay, few soils may have like we have studied earlier, few soils have a more percolation rate of water, few soils have less, few are medium, and like that. Here also few soils have very less water, few have very high water, few have very medium or average of water. Okay, so these properties whatever we are studying, that differs in different types of soil. Okay, so there are soils which contains very less water. Okay, and there are soils which contain more water. Okay, so Yes, there are soils which contain very less water. Okay, less water means it makes the soil very dry, right? And which is the driest soil? Yes, that is sandy soil. Okay, and there are soils which contains more water, which makes it very heavy. Okay, that, for example, for this is clay soil. Yes, okay, but these characteristics of this soil, okay, soil containing very less water or soil containing no more amount of water is not favorable for plant growth. Okay, both these characteristics are not much favorable for plant growth. Okay, because yes, there are exceptions. Okay, few plants can grow even in with less amount of water. Okay, in yes, basically in sandy soils we find these soils in desert regions, right? And there also we'll find these cactus and many other plants. Okay, just a few plants. Okay, but yes, there are plants which can grow in very less amount of water. Okay, and there are also some plants which needs too much of water to grow. Okay, they need clay soil only for their growth, but most of the plants needs the adequate amount. They neither need very less water nor very more water, like, okay, so that needs they stand in between. Okay, neither very less nor more. Okay, so for those plants loamy soil is the best. Okay, which contains adequate water. Okay, so the soil containing very less water is, okay, so this moisture is nothing but water only. Water in very small amounts is this moisture. Okay, so that's why we are saying about this water. Okay, so this soil contains very less amount of water is sandy soil, and very low is clay soil, more, and adequate right amount of water, okay, so contains is loamy soil. Okay, so here water, I mean that is moisture. Okay, water. Okay, so I mean here less water is less moisture. Moisture is nothing but again water in small amounts. Okay, so these are the soils which contain very less water, more water, and yes, adequate amount of water. Adequate is nothing but moist soil. Okay, the soil should be moist. It should neither be very dry nor very wet. Okay, should neither be very dry nor very wet for this usage. Any usage it might be. It should be just moist. It contains adequate amount of water. Okay, and for this any type of soil should contain, for the like proper characteristic of the soil is it should contain some 25% of water and 25% of air spaces in it. Okay, so that is the adequate quantity of this water and air the soil should have. Okay, so here's an activity you can say to confirm, to make a proof saying that soil contains moisture. Okay, so the proof of this is there is a stand, like you can take an activity here. Yes, there is a stand and we have taken beaker. Okay, so here we have a beaker. This is the stand, right? Okay, so here we have taken some soil. Okay, so this is the soil particles. So this is the soil. Okay, so this is the soil we have taken as a soil sample in this beaker, and we have made this beaker to stand with this help of this stand. Okay, so what we got to do here is we need to heat this soil. Okay, we just need to heat this soil. Okay, so what is the characteristic of basic characteristic of water? That is, the water evaporates when it gets heated. Okay, so here we are discussing about the moisture in soil. Okay, we are trying to know we are just confirming that do soil contain moisture. Okay, so moisture is again nothing but the water in very small amounts, and the basic characteristic of water is the water evaporates when it gets heated. right? So we have taken a soil sample. Yes, if the soil, if it contains water, the water should evaporate because we are heating. Okay, so if it does not contain water, it should not evaporate. Okay, there is no sign or there is no symbol of water being evaporated if the soil does not contain water. Okay, to see that, to confirm that, we have taken a soil sample and we are heating it. Okay, so after some time what happens, after heating, after the whole soil when it gets heated, we can observe a small water droplets here. Okay, so we can see a small water droplets. The beaker above, the top part of this beaker gets moist. Okay, we can see the watery presence at the top region of this beaker. Okay, here we can see the water droplets. Okay, we can observe this water droplets not just before, not when we have this put the soil in this beaker. We can observe this water droplets when we are heating this soil sample. Only when we heat this soil sample we'll get this water droplets, because water evaporates when heated. Okay, so this is the soil sample what we have taken. Right? So with this activity we can say that yes, soil does contain some amount of water, that is there is moisture present in the soil. Okay, and if we heat the soil evaporates the amount of water it is having. Okay, so this is the experiment to confirm that yes, in the soil there is moisture already present in all the types of soil. Okay, few soils have very less amount of water, few have very more too much of water content, and few have adequate. Okay, few are just moist and the very right amount of water in them. Okay, so this is about the moisture in the soil. Okay, so now let us study about this. Yes, again it depends on the soil, right? So let us know which soil contains more and less water. Yes, this we clearly know, this sandy. All these properties differ in different soils. Okay, like I said, few soils contain very less water and few contains very too much of water, and few are very right, contains just right. Okay, and in this moisture in soil, moisture is nothing but water present in the soil, and that moisture in the soil is high in clay soils, then in loamy soil, and very low. Okay, very low in sandy soils. And this loamy soil contains exactly right amount of water. Okay, so don't get confused with these symbols or property, which property acts how in different types of soils. Okay, just try to understand. Percolation rate of water is flowing of water, like how water flows easily. Okay, it can easily move in the sandy soil, right? That's why percolation rate was high in sandy soil. But here we are talking about moisture in soil. So moisture is nothing but water. Okay, and clay soil contains comparatively most amount of water in it. You can observe water easily. So moisture is very high in clay soil, then in loamy soil, and it is having very low amount of water in sandy soil. Okay, so this is about the moisture in soil and different types of soil. Now let us study the third property, that is water absorption by soil. So water absorption is nothing but retention. Okay, so water absorption is nothing but water retention. Retention means how long the water stays in the soil. Okay, so after absorbing, do the water get easily evaporated or how long it stays inside the soil, or how long does it take the soil to absorb this water. So it is the retention of this water by soil particles. Okay, so retention means when we water the soil, there are, yes, of course, again the property differs in different types of soils. Okay, again in sandy soils, since it is having very big particles, more number of big soil particles compared to small soil particles, the whatever water we have poured inside the soil, okay, so it it flows easily. Yes, that we have seen, that is percolation rate is very high in sandy soil, right? So that is yes, percolation rate is very high. That means flow of water is occurs very easily in sandy soil. Okay, because of its structure. Again, it is based on the same concept only. These properties are varying, isn't it? Again, in the sandy soil, it is having very big structures, right? Sorry. That is having very big structures, big soil particles. So that is why there is more space. It is not tightly packed. Okay, these particles are not compactly arranged. So that is why whatever water we have applied, it flows down. Okay, it moves down very easily. Okay, when I am saying it moves down or it flows down easily, that means the water is not staying there. Okay, it just flows. If there is a water, it easily flows here. Okay, so this easily flows. This water does not stay there. Okay, so that is why sandy soil is very dry, because of these bigger size particles. Okay, so this staying of water, if the soil makes the water stay in it, okay, so that means it is absorbing water. Okay, so when the water is flowing down very easily, that means this soil does not absorb water. Okay, there is no retention of water. The water does not stay in the sandy soil or in these type of soils which contains more bigger particles. Okay, so water retention or water absorption is very low in sandy soil. Okay, and it's the same phenomena in clay soil in opposite way. That is, since the clay soil contains more of smaller particles, the particles are very tightly arranged, the particles are very compact, and it does not allow the water to flow down. Okay, so that means the water stays there. Okay, that means the water get absorbed by the soil. Okay, so this water absorption is high in clay soil. Okay, since it having very small particles, the arrangement is very tight. Okay, it means this water retention is high. Water retention is nothing but water absorption. Okay, how long the water stays inside this soil, that is water absorption. And as in clay soil, it is very high. And again, of course, when this is very low and this is very high in water absorption, the loamy soil plays an intermediate role. Okay, so in all these properties, okay, what is that, percolation rate, moisture in the soil, and water absorption, in all these three properties, okay, so loamy soil, okay, loamy soil is the one which plays an intermediate role. Okay, in all these properties, it is very adequate. It contains very right amount of soil particles, maybe big or small. It contains very right amount of water. Okay, it absorbs adequate amount of water. Okay, and it does not the percolation rate is neither too high nor too low. Okay, so the loamy soil is exact right amount of, it contains right amount of properties for any usage, for the plant growth or something. It is very favorable because of these properties. Okay, and these properties differ in between sandy soil and clay soil. Okay, so this is about this water absorption by soil, that is water retention. Okay, retention is nothing but how long water stays inside the soil. Okay, like how soil particles hold this water inside them. Okay, so this water retention or water absorption is very low in sandy soil, high in clay soil, and again intermediate or adequate in loamy soil. Okay, so again this sandy soil, here we have loamy soil and clay soil. Okay, so this water retention is more in clay soil than loamy soil and then in sandy soil. Okay, so these are all about this properties of soil. Okay, so first is percolation rate, then moisture in soil, soil, and then water absorption in soil. Okay, so these are three properties we have studied, and here we'll see. Okay, this is just a table to make you easily understand the properties of soil in different types of soils. Okay, the percolation rate is very high in sandy soil. Okay, and yes, it is medium or very adequate. All these properties stays intermediate with this loamy soil, differs with this sandy and clay soil. Okay, so this is again the same, and yes, in percolation rate is low in clay soil, and moisture in soil is very low in sandy soil. Again, it's adequate here, and it is high in clay soil. Okay, and again water absorption. Okay, so see these two properties, that is moisture in soil and water absorption, remains same with this sandy soil and clay soil. Okay, okay, so as we have studied, moisture is nothing but water only, right? Amount of water present, small amount of water present in soil is nothing but moisture in soil. Okay, so when we are saying the clay soil is having high amount of moisture in the soil. Okay, so when it is having high amount of moisture in the soil, that means it is having high amount of water. Okay, so when it is having high amount of water, then of course it means it can absorb water more. Okay, so that's how you can relate these two properties exactly. It's the same with this two properties, moisture in soil and water absorption. Okay, that percolation rate is this property differs, as this percolation rate is nothing but the flow of water. Okay, so percolation rate is high, that means the water can flow very easily in sandy soil. Okay, so this is just a table of this property with different soil, so that you can remember these properties easily with different types of soils, and loamy soil remains intermediate with this all properties. Okay, yes, so this is about the properties of soil. Okay, so this is it for today's class. In the next class we will discuss more on this chapter. Okay, thank you.